Cody from the WhistlinDiesel channel recently pushed a Cybertruck to its limits, specifically the Cyberbeast, the most powerful version. It's not a test that follows industry standards, but they expose some very interesting flaws.
There are critical failures on the Cybertruck that need to be addressed.
The Cybertruck also performed well in some situations, such as driving over a pile of logs, with the adaptive air suspension allowing for a significant increase in the ground clearance. According to Cody, it was also comfortable.
It's rough, but it's smooth at the same time.
It really is.
Another test where it performed well was the drag race against a Ford F-150. It left the F-150 in the dust. In a drag race, it's hard for a combustion engine vehicle to beat an electric one due to the instant torque. This can be very useful when overtaking. It even withstood a C4 explosion. But now let's get to the problems. Cody said he paid an extra $9,200 for the full self-driving software, but when he tried to activate it, a message appeared saying it would only be available in a future update.
Autopilot, I want this, I'm gonna hit that. Full self-driving will be available in an upcoming software release.
Many US states, for example, already allow autonomous vehicles, so they don't enable this feature because they can't guarantee it will work safely. On the website, in fine print, they state that this is to ensure you don't end up paying a higher price in the future. But in 2022, it was $15,000, and now it's down to $8,000, a loss of 47%. I'm not a financial advisor, but that doesn't seem like a good investment to me. They even offer a monthly subscription for the service. It's like Netflix. This Tesla Model 3 owner made an interesting point. Babysitting its behavior on city streets was much more stressful than simply taking the wheel myself. I would expect to be getting paid for being their test pilot rather than the other way around. I don't know about you, but it doesn't seem right to sell something that the consumer won't be able to use, and it's already been a few years.
I paid $10,000 for something that doesn't even work.
The US Department of Justice is even investigating Tesla's marketing regarding the use of the terms full self-driving and autopilot, which lead people to believe that the vehicles are fully autonomous, which is not the case. As this attorney said, you can't get more self-driving than fully self-driving. Full self-driving and autopilot are different features in Tesla vehicles, but on the Cybertruck page it says that full self-driving is included. However, when you click on Learn More, it says about autopilot instead. It's definitely confusing. Okay, moving on. There was a moment when Cody drove into some trees and got stuck in a ditch. He then tried to lock the differentials. What this does is lock the wheels on the same axle so that they rotate at the same speed. This provides extra grip on loose or uneven terrain, is one of the most fundamental off-road features. But Cody couldn't get it to work. It said that it would be available soon.
Locking differentials coming soon. I hope they come really soon because I'm stuck.
He later updated the software and it worked. That caught my attention. First of all, it's impressive that automakers can now develop and update vehicles over the internet with new features that even impact the vehicle's mechanics. The vehicle can improve with each update without necessarily needing to go to a repair shop. But there's another side to it. Cody was on a farm, and if he didn't have internet, he wouldn't have been able to update the software. The company could also decide to start charging a subscription fee to unlock these functions, as is already the case with full self-driving. Lastly, these functions could potentially be hacked to cause an accident. I don't think these systems should be banned, just very well regulated. Of course, this isn't something limited to the Cybertruck, or even to electric vehicles, since even combustion vehicles have numerous electronic controls these days. But electric vehicles are more easily hacked because they have more potential points of vulnerability, and their onboard systems are more tightly interconnected. Back to WhistlinDiesel. After some hardcore tests, when they needed to tow the F-150 and its front wheels went over two concrete pipes, this happened.
Did something just break off?
The part of the chassis where the hitch is attached broke. To be fair, just moments before, when the Cybertruck was coming down from the concrete pipes, the back end hit the pipe hard and then the concrete bar. It's possible that this impact damaged the connection between the frame and the hitch. Cody argues that the Cyberbeast needs a steel core, just like any other normal truck. Both the front and rear ends are made of aluminum.
You gotta have a steel core, you gotta have something holding this together. Let's say your trailer hits a pothole or gets a flat, it could shear this whole thing off.
Continuing with the tests, for some reason he decided to slam the door really hard, and then the entire panel came off.
We're gonna start with a very gentle door close now. It did not.
On the F-150, the glass broke and slightly damaged the panel, but it was much less compared to the Cybertruck. To be honest, I don't think anyone is going to slam the door like that. Another test he did was with the accelerator pedal. The Cybertruck had several problems with it. The pedal cover would slip off and get stuck to the floor, accelerating at full speed.
You can see, based on the design of the floorboard, this sliding up, and the way this was still hooked onto the pedal, it held the accelerator down 100%. Full throttle.
According to Tesla, they used soap to make assembly easier, which ended up reducing the friction between the cover and the pedal, causing it to slip. What a production line, man.
At this point, I think I know more about manufacturing than anyone currently alive on Earth.
They had to recall all the units, and their temporary solution was to put in a small rivet, engineering at its best.
Yeah.
In the WhistlinDiesel test, the pedal didn't get
Wow,
stuck,
it's
but it
actually
broke
holding
from
on.
how hard Cody
Wait.
pressed it.
Wait. Oh, I think I just broke it. What the? I think I just broke it.
The F-150s, however, held up just fine.
Squatted truck owner.
Another problem was the Cyberguilotine. Apparently, they forgot to put sensors in the front trunk to detect something like a finger. It only stops if it detects something big and rigid. Check out the test with other vehicles. Notice how they detect. Cody tested it by putting his own hand in there. The system didn't detect the obstacle, but at least it didn't cut his fingers off.
Hit the button, open it!
He's a peculiar guy. He could have used a carrot or a sausage to test it. When he put his head in, the system detected the obstacle. Luckily.
Nope.
He did other tests, but you'll have to watch his video. I don't want to take views away from small channels. These might not be extremely serious issues, but it's a truck that can cost up to $120,000. Here is Ford's electric truck for comparison. How do you think the Cybertruck is performing in these tests conducted by consumers themselves? Thank you for your company, and until next time.